Hello, how are you? As you can see, I'm finally in Norway in my apartment with Flink and Paquito. And now I can finally breathe, but it has been very stressful 4 months actually, since I've begun planning on the trip from Spain to Norway with the birds. It has been a nightmare, especially yesterday when we flew. It was awful. At the end, it went fine, as you can see, but it wasn't without any problems. I will tell you now. It was about 12 hours in total, the trip, from my city, Córdoba, to Malaga airport, then 4 hours flight, and then 3 hours driving here in Norway. So, I had to take them in this transport cage. This is the only thing that it's allowed to fly on a plane for birds. This is actually for rodents or other kinds of rabbits or things like that. But I put some sticks in there so that they could sit on there. So, we started driving. Ya estamos en camino desde Córdoba hasta Noruega. Hemos parado ahora en la gasolinera. Y bueno, los pájaros van tranquilitos en su caja, así que todo bien por ahora. Estoy un poco cagado por cómo vaya a salir el viaje, por si puede salir algo mal. Pero bueno, esperemos que todo salga bien. Voy a cruzar los dedos. Then we arrived to the airport. If somebody is going to travel with animals, I suggest you to be there at least more than 2 hours in advance, because it takes a lot of time, especially with birds, because nobody has ever flown with birds and nobody knows anything, and it's very difficult. Ya estamos en el aeropuerto de Málaga. Aquí están los pajaritos. Están ahí tranquilitos. He puesto lechuga para que tengan algo húmedo, por lo menos para llevarse a la boca. Y a ver cómo va el vuelo. So I arrived there. I had to pay 87 euros for them. It was supposed to be 700 Norwegian crowns, which is like 70 euros. But then at the end, they said 87 euros. It's okay. I don't care. Whatever it takes. Fine. I paid that. And then I went to the check-in place, and they say, birds? No, you cannot fly with birds. Nobody has ever flown with birds in 15 years that I have been traveling, that I have been working here. And I was like, yes, I can. I have already bought my ticket. I have already talked with SAS, with Scandinavian Airlines, and they are the only company that allows me to fly with birds. And I can fly with birds. And they were like, no, you can't. I have a person here that wants to fly with birds. Is it allowed? No, it's not allowed. I was like, oh, this cannot be happening to me. At the end, after speaking with 3 or 4 managers, they said yes. And then they had this tag for the cage. There are 2 chickens. So I'm like, why wouldn't you be able to fly with birds if you have 2 chickens here? You can choose them, actually. Never mind. The thing is that then I had to wait for someone to bring me some super special security line. Okay. So they brought me to this super special security line. They say, no, we cannot pass this through the X-ray because the birds are inside and we cannot take them out. I said, if you bring me to a closed room, I can take them out. I don't mind, but it has to be in a closed space. They were like, no, doesn't matter. They took me to another security line with some security there, and they say, oh, but we have to call the police now. I'm like, no. They don't need to check if they are in danger or not. This this has to be done when I arrived to Norway. So actually nobody knew anything. I had to be the one telling them what to do in each case. And then at the end I was waiting some more time, and at the end eventually somebody came, and this person was the one who took them into the plane. And that was like less than half an hour before my flight, and I had to go to security afterwards, and I had to do some tax-free papers, which I didn't have time to do. I had to run to my gate. I got the plane just in the last minutes. I was the last one to board the plane. I was sweating, I was so stressed. I was running through the whole airport. El último en embarcar. Esto ha sido una pesadilla. Ahora os cuento. Ya estoy en el avión, los pájaros ya trabajo. Estoy sudando la gota gorda. Sé que tiene que venir corriendo y todo, que no me da tiempo de llegar al avión. Pero bueno, cruzamos los dedos que no me pase nada en el vuelo. Un beso y gracias por preocuparos. But at the end, I got there. I was sitting on my plane. It was 4 stressful hours. I talked with the steward, and she was Spanish. I told her, can you please remind the pilots afterwards, and they have to set the same temperature. They have to set the same temperature in the luggage room as in the cabin. She said it was okay. They had done it, so it was fine. Then we landed in Norway, and I asked her, where do I have to pick up the birds? Should I wait for them with the luggage? Are they going to go in the belt? Or could you please go down and get them for me here to the airplane? And she said, okay, I will check. And then after some horrible minutes waiting for her, and I didn't know what would happen, I was thinking the worst could happen, that they could have died because of the pressure, because of the temperature, because of the stress, the noise, I don't know. I was very concerned that they could actually die. Then she came with the cage, and they were alive. I was so happy, I couldn't believe it. So I thank her. She told me that it wasn't allowed to do that, since it was a special case. She brought them to me. Hemos llegado a Noruega y los pájaros han llegado bien. Así que nada, en cuanto he visto, me he liado a llorar. Estamos aquí y ahora vamos a ver el control de seguridad. Then we had to go through the tolls. Tolls? Is that Norwegian? I don't know. Anyway, this place in the airport where you have to go through nothing to declare or something to declare, the red zone. And there I had to show the birds. And they were like, oh, birds. Nobody has ever flown with birds before. Here. There I had to show all the documentation, the declaration, the health document from the veterinary. We'll make another video later where I explain all the things that you have to show. The copy from the CTES list where it says that they are not in danger. All the documentation I had to explain to her what was it about, because she had no idea. But at the end, it went fine. I passed the security, and then I was in Norway. Yay! So then I only had 3 more hours by car. So in that day, yesterday, they had a flight, they had a lot of hours of car, they had a ferry, they had to go through a tunnel between 2 islands where you go 130 meters below the sea level. So they had a very complete trip yesterday. But anyway, now we're home, we're happy together, And thank you all who send me messages on Instagram. I was putting videos all the time with everything, so a lot of people cared and asked me how was it going. They were very happy when I finally arrived. So I'm very happy for all of you following us. So thank you for everything, and see you next time when I explain all the rules to travel with birds. Thank you. See you next video. Bye.